YouTube. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about the Apple ecosystem. I know, ecosystem, right? But what is this Apple ecosystem? Why does it seem to be so bulletproof for many Apple users to the point that none of them are willing to escape the ecosystem in order to test or use any other competitive product? There's a reason for that. The continuity between Apple products and the efficiency in how they perform together collectively as one is what makes Apple's ecosystem by far the best ecosystem above the competitors. Let's get into exactly why that is, and let's explain more of what's behind that walled garden that everyone is talking about.
Today's video is sponsored by Casetify. Casetify was born 10 years ago from a simple idea. Turn their Instagram photos into custom phone cases. Get Casetify's 360 all-around protection for your device, screen, and overall health. Casetify's Impact MacBook case features EcoShock corners, which is an absorption technology on the bracket lining, providing superior protection for your MacBook. Rubberized anti-slip grips to ensure stability and security for a good typing experience. Also, get protection and privacy with Casetify's magnetic privacy screen protector, filtering out blue light waves to prevent digital eye strain while effectively safeguarding your privacy from peeking eyes. They also have an Ultra Impact Folio iPad case, which features EcoShock corners for ultimate drop cushioning, which covers the inside edges and side corners. Adjustable horizontal stand allows for it to adjust in multiple angles for a convenient viewing experience. Also, get a durable and thin antibacterial glass screen protector from Casetify. Easy installation, maximum HD clarity, and 100% touch sensitivity. Pick up any or all of these from casetify.com/CJUnplugged to get 15% on your order today.
Okay, Apple ecosystem. How does one build an Apple ecosystem? Most of you out there are probably gonna start here with the iPhone. Everyone has a smartphone nowadays. The iPhone is probably most people's introduction to the Apple ecosystem. I was a little bit non-traditional. I got into the Apple ecosystem via the computers. They were in all of the studios for audio engineering. I heard about AirDrop, so I grabbed the phone so that I could do that, moving projects back and forth and so forth, and the latter. But you're gonna start with the iPhone of your choice. And the beautiful part about that is you don't have to start with the high-end iPhone 14 Pro Max. You can go to last year's 13 Pro Max at a discount, yet get similar to the same performance. You can go with a lower cost, just iPhone 14 or 13. You can even get a mini. You can get an iPhone SE for $400. So no matter what budget constraints you have or affordability, there's an iPhone for you to take part in. Next, the typical route, you're probably gonna grab a pair of AirPods. These are a perfect companion to said iPhone. I mean, everyone needs some type of audio listening device at some point. There's even a higher end AirPods Max. I'll get more into how these work within the ecosystem for me and a lot of use cases that I find useful for those. Now, the price point on those are extensive. Again, there's different AirPods from the AirPods 3, the AirPods Pro, and then you have the AirPods Max. And these are significant to the ecosystem because they pair seamlessly, and once paired with one product, they're paired with all of your products within the ecosystem. The next typical route going in the mobile realm is the Apple Watch. As you guys can see, I have the Apple Watch Ultra here. This, to me, in my opinion, with all smartphones, a smartwatch is the ideal sidekick for those of you who may not always want to reach for your smartphone out of your pocket, and you can have an interface to interact with your phone and use your phone from your wrist. So that's where the Apple Watch comes into play. But then going even further, some of you guys coming from that, mobile realm, I'll probably jump into an iPad. I used to be, not into tablets, but this iPad right here, this is the iPad Mini 6. This right here is my favorite iPad. This is the iPad that I use the most. Furthermore, you have the Mac computer. This is the MacBook Air M2 right here. And my everyday MacBook that I use for like creating content and just general as a daily driver is the MacBook Pro 14-inch. And then if you want to take it even further, you have the Apple TV and Apple HomePods, and then there's HomeKit and so forth. As you can see, these are a lot of products that can lead you into building an Apple ecosystem. Now, across all of these products, there's different price points. In the MacBook territory, there's the MacBook Air going into the MacBook Pro and so on. And even in the desktop situations, you guys have the Mac Mini moving into the Mac Studio, into the Mac Pro. So for every level and every budget, there's a product for you. And that is exactly why Apple's ecosystem is undefeated, but there's more. It's the way that all of these products speak to each other. Let's run down the list. So total continuity between these products is something that Apple is pushing, and it works. You have Universal Clipboard, where I can copy something, whether it's on my MacBook or if I copy it on my phone, and I can paste it on my MacBook or paste it on my iPad seamlessly. Like literally, it's like magic, and I love every bit of it. And then there's the infamous AirDrop. The fact that I can take a file, a photo, whatever, on this phone, and I can AirDrop it to my computer. I can AirDrop it to my iPad. Transferring that file seamlessly from one Apple product to another. If your friends are around, you snap a group photo, everyone pulls out their iPhones, you open up AirDrop, you see everyone's iPhone, and you share that photo with everyone. Takes away the logistics and the coordination from everything and simplifies it to the purest form. There's another thing called Sidecar. Now, I love Sidecar. Let's say you have a MacBook like this MacBook Air M2, and then you have an iPad, and you have them both with you. You can use Sidecar to create a second monitor for this MacBook. Or if you got a desktop computer, you can set your iPad off to the side and create a secondary monitor using Sidecar. Absolutely flawless, absolutely love it. It's literally like magic. Another convenience within the Apple ecosystem is how you answer your phone calls, make and receive calls as well. So when my smartphone rings, everything rings. Now you can turn that off. If you don't want your iPad going off along with your MacBook, you can pick and choose which item within the ecosystem rings when you receive a phone call and for what number. I have multiple numbers. I can have different numbers ring different devices. But the fact of the matter is my smartphones are always on silent. I don't hear a peep from any of my smartphones. So the likelihood of me hearing your phone call is a lot more likely if I'm at my computer, because then my computer rings and I know I have a phone call. It's just the way that it works for me. The same thing goes with text messages, iMessaging. The fact that I can see all of my text messages, my iMessages, and even my normal messages at my computer. I can set up text message forwarding for those regular text messages, and I have all of my iMessages. So if I'm in multiple iMessage chats and so forth, I can pick up and maintain my conversation at my computer screen without even needing to pick up my smartphone. It's just convenience at its finest. Another great feature within the Apple ecosystem is auto unlock. The fact that if I have my Apple Watch on and I walk up to my computer, which is locked, it'll literally unlock because it senses my Apple Watch on my wrist. The same goes with other products within the ecosystem. This feature is clutch. It allows you to get onto your computer without having to enter any passwords, and that convenience it's nice. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Apple TV. If you choose to get an Apple TV within the Apple ecosystem, there's a lot of great features and accessibilities with that. For instance, say it's late night, I'm watching a movie, and you know how it is with movies sometimes, especially in the action scenes, it's just booming and banging, it's loud at night, and I don't want to be loud. I can put on my AirPods Max, but the really dope part is, as soon as they're put on to my ears, the Apple TV is gonna notice that pop-up pops up in the top right corner asking me, do I wanna pair my AirPods Max? And I just click one button on the Apple remote and my AirPods Max takes over. Which the AirPods Max with 3D audio, spatial audio and all of that, it's an experience, trust me. Like I remember one time I was sitting there and I thought somebody was trying to come in through my door, but it was literally the sound of someone walking outside and going and getting in the car and closing the door. Like, and it had the perfect placement right there. And even more with the Apple TV, if you have HomeKit and you have smart home products and you get alerts for those products, like if my door is unlocked or my window is open, I see a clear notification on my Apple TV screen. Now you can turn this on or off whether you choose to or not, but it's just another convenience of the ecosystem. Now, another great feature within this ecosystem of continuity is Handoff. The fact that I can be on a web page on my smartphone, on my iPhone, sorry, get to my MacBook and I open up Safari. I don't even have to open up Safari because down in the bottom, dock, you'll see it pop up right there with a phone symbol, and you click on that and it will open that web page for you on your MacBook. Or if you open up a new tab, you'll see the option to access any of the tabs that's on your iPhone or iPad and pick up where you left off. And that's what Handoff is. I started here, but I'm able to pick up where I left off over here on this product or that product or this one, depending on how many Apple products you choose to build within your Apple ecosystem. That's the whole point. That's why that word continuity makes sense, and that's really a perfect explanation of the ecosystem. It gets further and deeper than that, but let's get to the next topic. Instant Hotspot. Now, this is another clutch feature. Let's say I got my iPhone out with me and I got my iPad. And my iPad, although I can put a SIM card in here, I don't have one in here. And I want to get on the internet. Well, I can easily connect to the hotspot of my iPhone via my iPad. No password, no problem. Literally, I will go into the Wi-Fi settings. I will see the hotspot pop up. I tap on it, and I'm connected to my iPhone using this internet. If you have kids and they're in the back seat and, hey, I need internet, they can also request access to your hotspot seamlessly. You just hit allow, and they have access to your mobile internet on their iPads. Super clutch, super convenient, super ecosystem. Another great feature within this whole continuity is Apple Pay. If I have cards that are within my Apple Pay account, whether I just only loaded them here on my iPhone, I also have access to those on my computer in multiple ways. I can add those to my computer. I have to, enter the security code again, but they're already there. I just have to turn them on, enter the security code, they'll connect, and then I have access to them on my MacBook Pro. Also, there's an option where sometimes I have access to cards via Apple Pay that aren't on my MacBook Pro by authorization through my iPhone. I can select the card, I'll go to my iPhone, I'll use the Face ID like I typically would if I'm using Apple Pay, and it will send the Apple payment through the MacBook, even though it was a card that was on my iPhone. Continuity, convenience, ecosystem. Another great fun feature of the Apple ecosystem is AirPlay. The fact that if I'm on my iPhone and I'm watching something and then I walk into my living room and I just want to send that video feed or that YouTube video to my Apple TV, I can do that via AirPlay. So I can just press pause, hit the AirPlay button, select the Apple TV that's in the living room. It's playing now on my larger OLED display, which is a lot more convenient and visually pleasing than my iPhone small screen. Even though this is the Max, which ain't nothing small about a Max display, but if I want a bigger display, I can use AirPlay to experience that. Also, AirPlay comes in clutch with other products that have AirPlay enabled, like my Sonos soundbar. I could be in the kitchen cleaning up. Oh, I want to turn on the soundbar so I can hear, my sub and my Sonos Arc. I can just hit AirPlay, send the music to there. That has AirPlay on it, so it's picking it up seamlessly without any hassle or drawbacks, and I'm listening to my music in full Dolby Atmos with a sub. Convenience, continuity, the Apple ecosystem. And then the last feature that I'm gonna talk about real quick and briefly, this is the first episode. There will be more videos about the Apple ecosystem, educating you guys and helping you guys build yours out if you choose to do so, but it's FaceTime. Now, FaceTime is absolutely clutch. If you have another person that has an Apple device, you guys have the option of FaceTiming each other. This is great for kids too. This is a way that they can communicate with each other without the need or necessity for a cell phone number. They can just get each other's, Apple ID email, and they can FaceTime each other all over internet. You know what I mean? Pretty much essentially free. I mean, you just pay for your internet. But FaceTime is super clutch. It allows for you to have super simple video face conferencing with your friends and loved ones. And it's a breeze. It's super duper clutch. And speaking of the continuity feature, you also have the option of, let's say I'm on a FaceTime on my smartphone, but then I go up to my computer. I can switch. You literally click switch and it will switch the FaceTime call to my computer seamlessly, literally. And now I want to get on my iPad mini and run up in there, but I want the big screen. I can switch it over to the iPad mini, go run off and continue my FaceTime call without hiccup. These are just some of the things that I wanted to point out. That was a pretty lengthy list, and it gets even more convenient and even more deeper in explanations within this ecosystem. And that's the reason why so many Apple users are loyal, committed, and also deep within swimming and overwhelmed in the ecosystem because, you know, hey, oh, that's dope. Oh, I just add this and now it's all working together and it's super convenient, super nice. I mean, there's HomeKit with Apple HomeKey. Talk more about that, but that's super dope. Can open up, you know, your front door, front lock with your Apple Watch or your iPhone, you know, eliminating the need for keys. Or, you know, you can issue keys to certain people, turn them on, turn them off. It just keeps going and going and going. You have been introduced to the Apple ecosystem. Enjoy.